Hello everyone and welcome to Yoga with Rachel. Today we have a fiery and heat building practice for our core. Feel free to bring along with you a blanket or a pillow as well as a yoga block or a thick book. If you do not have those items, no worries, we'll just go with the flow. Alrighty, let's get moving. Hello friends, come on down to the ground finding a cross-legged position. Feel free to sit up on a blanket or even a pillow just for some added support. Let's just take a moment to loop our shoulders and tuck in our chin slightly just to help us sit up a little bit taller. Let's all breathe in and just empty it out. Okay, so we're gonna be warming up our spine as well as our core by taking some circular movement with our torso. So as we breathe in, we shine our heart center forward. We take a moment to loop our shoulders, hug our elbows in towards the side body as we look forward. And then on an exhale, we round through our back body, chin towards the chest, and our shoulders are really rounding forward here. Perhaps you may feel a beautiful stretch in the back body as well as the back of your neck. Okay, so breathe in to open up, look forward, and then exhale to round through. So once you have this basic shape, feel free to close your eyes and do this at your own pace. All right, let's do it. So we're really stirring the pot today, getting some energy flowing throughout our body. It's a really gentle way to warm up both the spine and the core. Perhaps you reverse your circle here. This is one of the movements that, don't even worry about what it looks like. Focus in on how you feel. Okay, and then once you feel happy, find some stillness, come back to center. Let's all take another deep breath in together. And then just sigh it out. Notice how you feel already. Okay, let's make our way to all fours. Feel free to use your blanket or your pillow to pad the knees, totally up to you. And once we have arrived on all fours, take a moment to stack your wrists underneath your shoulders and your knees underneath your hip points. Really spread your fingers nice and wide, shining your elbow creases forward and looping your shoulders. Let's now press into the tops of our feet as we tuck our tailbone in. So you can rock your pelvis forward just to create some length in our back body. Tabletop position. So it may not look like we're doing too much here, but there is actually a lot of internal work that is going on. You may actually already feel some work being done in the core. So we're going to test out this foundation by hovering our knees away from the earth. So we take a deep breath in together, and then on an exhale, pressing into the tops of your feet as you lift your knees away from the earth. We are here for 5. Keep on breathing. 4, look between your hands. 3, 2, and then lower down on the 1. Great job. We're just going to curl our toes under here and do the exact same action. Breathe in, and then on an exhale, lift and hover the knees away from the earth. We are here for 5. You got this. 4, 3, 2, and then lower down on the 1. Feel free to uncurl the toes. And now we're going to come back into a child's pose. So if child's pose does not jive with you, just come back to sit on your heels, okay? So we come back to sit on our heels. We melt our upper body towards our thighs as we paint our yoga mat and send our hands back behind us, palms facing up towards the sky. Feel free to release the crown of your head or your forehead towards the earth. And if the forehead does not meet the earth, no worries. Just put a yoga block underneath your forehead. We're just here for 3 breath cycles. Awesome. Rise on up. Let's make our way back to all fours. So again, remembering some of our key action points that we learned in tabletop position, especially rocking that pelvis forward to create some length in our low back. Okay, so really extend the crown of your head towards the top edge of your mat as you just tuck in your chin slightly. Let's all breathe in together. And then on an exhale, send the right foot back, toes curled under, followed by the left. Oh yes, you guessed it. Really reach your heels towards the back edge of your mat. We are here in plank. If this feels a little bit too narrow of a base, feel free to widen your hands here towards the long edges of your mat. We are here for 5. Keep on breathing. 4, 3, 2, and then just lower down on the 1 to your knees. Come back to sit on your heels. Perhaps take some zombie arms as a counter stretch to what we just did and just shake it off. You got this, we're doing great. Okay, let's make our way back to all fours again. So this time, we want to keep our knees so that way they're in line with our hip points here. But we're gonna drop our elbows to where our shoulders were, or are in line with our shoulders. Our shoulders are still there, I'm hoping. Anyways, really spread your fingers nice and wide out in front of you. Look down at your mat as we breathe in. And then we kick our right foot back, toes curled under again, followed by our left. Really rocking that pelvis forward just to create some length in our low back. Yes, now we're in forearm plank. I'm working us hard today. Okay, press on out of your foundation, all that is touching the earth. We are here for 5, directly between your forearms here. 3, 2, and then on the 1, dip your hips towards the earth. So now your low body is really connecting to the earth. Feel free to uncurl your toes, pressing into the tops of your feet, looping your shoulders as you look forward, keeping your chest nice and open. Feeling maybe a beautiful stretch in the chest as well as in our bellies. We're only here for 3 breath cycles, so make the most of it. Awesome, let's curl our toes under once again, connecting to our center as we rise on up to a forearm plank, and then we allow our knees to kiss the earth. We walk our hands in, swing our legs off to one side, and we come back on through to a seated position. Okay, when you arrive there, place the soles of your feet on the earth, knees pointed up towards the sky. Let's all just take a moment to loop our shoulders just to create a little bit more space between our ears as well as our shoulders, a bit more of an opening in our chest. Place your hands on the backs of your legs here as we breathe in. And on our exhale, we lean back, toes still pressing into the earth here. We're just testing out the waters, and perhaps we experiment with lifting one leg away from the earth. Shin roughly parallel to the sky, followed by the other. Yep, that's right. Modified boat pose. Here we come. Okay, so you can totally stay here, just testing it out. Or if you would like to experiment with reaching and sending your arms and your hands towards your feet. Still trying to maintain length in our back body here. You may be shaking and trembling, it's all good. We are here for 3, 2, and then lower down on the 1. So we're gonna do this one more time. To create a little bit more steadiness and ease, you may wanna experiment with really bringing your legs together here, or you can place a yoga block between your thighs while we do this action. Okay, let's do it. Make our way back into a boat pose. Reach and extend those arms. And maybe this time you wanna play around with dipping one toe down into the water, followed by the other. And you just alternate between this. Again, you can totally just stay here if you would like, but you can also play around with dipping the toes. Keep on breathing. Perhaps we'll try 2 more on each side. Lovely. Allow the feet to return back to the earth. You're doing a great job. We're now going to transition to our backs now. So feel free to take out the hair elastic or the clip if you have one. And we're going to use this time to also work our core, this transition to work our core by placing our hands at the backs of our legs, and let's just slowly roll down to our backs, pressing one vertebrae down at a time. Nice and slow, absolutely no rush. Okay, when you arrive there, maybe just take a moment to fix your shirt, like what I'm doing. Or you can even just pat your belly, just showing it some love and some gratitude for all the hard work that it's doing so far. Okay, so bring the soles of your feet to the earth, knees pointing up towards the sky. Allow your hands to just rest at your sides, palms face down, tucking in your chin slightly just to create some length in the back of the neck. Okay, now let's lift our feet away from the earth, stacking our knees so that way they are in line with our hip points, and our legs are bent here, and our shins are roughly parallel to the sky. Now really press your legs together, and you can either flex your feet here, so toes pointing towards your face, or you can point through your toes. Okay. Now we're gonna really want to press our low back into the mat in order for us to get the full benefits of this posture. So rock that pelvis forward, very similar to the action that we were doing in tabletop, really creating that beautiful connection. Okay, let's breathe in together. And on an exhale, begin to lift the head and the shoulders away from the earth. Same with your hands and your arms, and really reach your hands towards your feet. And breathe here. Look on up towards the sky or right out in front of you. We are here for 3, 2, and then lower down on the 1. Great work. We're gonna do that one more time. We got this. Okay, so let's reset. We breathe in. And then on an exhale, again, we're pressing into that low back, keeping that connection. And we lift our head, our shoulders away from the earth, reaching our hands towards our feet. And perhaps this time we experiment with extending the legs up towards the sky. And then we slowly begin to lower our legs closer and closer towards the earth. And then we stop at a point where we feel like our low back is leaving the earth. We're here for 3, 2, smile, 1, and then lower all the way down to the earth. Bring your feet off to the long edges of your mat. Allow the knees to just fall in together, and perhaps just rub your belly here, taking some circular motions, and breathe. I personally find it so important to rest during, these very intense movements or exercises. Just gives us a chance to just reset. Okay, so we're almost there. We got this. Let's bring the soles of our feet together. Knees nice and wide, so we are in a reclined butterfly pose. Again, allow your hands to just rest at your sides just to support you in this next transition. So breathe in. And then on an exhale, again, begin to lift your head and your shoulders away from the earth. Our gaze is right up in front of us towards the sky here. And now we're gonna lift our arms away from the earth, allowing them to hover. And we're really reaching towards our knees. So we're gonna try to work our oblique muscles now. So we're gonna begin to reach towards our right hand towards our right knee here. Coming back through to center, and then to the left knee. So our left hand reaching towards our left knee now. Back to center. So alternating between those two, and then you can marry the action to the breath as well. So maybe inhale to reach, exhale center. Inhale, reach, exhale center, okay? So we got this. Two more on each side. Okay, and then lower everything down to the earth. Just take a full body stretch here, really arching through your back. Take a little bit of a breather. Good work. Let's hug our knees in towards our heart space. Find maybe a gentle rock back and forth here. And now perhaps you come on through to fetal position and then up to a seated position, or you can place your hands at the backs of your thighs here on your hamstrings. And let's rock and roll the length of our spine until we come on up to a seated position on our mat. Ta-da! Let's all just take a moment here just to take a deep breath in and then just empty it out. Great work today. So feel free to repeat this video 1 or 2 times if you're seeking a little bit more. I really hope that your core is feeling nice and strong and powerful. If you haven't done so already, kindly subscribe to Yoga with Rachel, as it is the best way to support free yoga content for all. Also hit that notification bell to be notified whenever I upload new videos to the channel. If you like the video, give it a like and share this video with someone that you believe would benefit from this practice. Thank you so very much for joining me here today. Take good care, everyone, and bye for now.